Hello, everybody. I'm Suzanne Evans, and thank you so much, Lorna, for that intro. I'm delighted to be with you all this evening, and I'll give a couple of minutes for you to find your way and find me here. It's been fun because since I met Lorna a couple of months ago, I guess it's not even been a couple of months, right? Time right now is so crazy, right? We can't figure out if it's been a day or a month. But since I met Lorna, and I asked her, I said, hey, will you plug me into your group? I can tell you this group is my guilty pleasure. I love watching all of the amazing art and craftsmanship and brilliance and innovation and creativity and magic that you guys do and that you create. Hi, Lisa. Hello. How are you? So anyway, I'm your biggest fan. I'll tell you a little bit about my background in events and how that all relates and how it's going to relate to helping you guys build your businesses through whatever time, through good times, through bad times, through all times. So right now, if you are here, I have some rules, right? I have rules in life, and one of them is no voyeurs allowed. You guys do event decoration and event planning. Come on, you don't like voyeurs. You like people to get into the party. So if you are here, say hello. Post your name just like Lisa did. And I want to know, because I don't know you like Lorna does, where are you from, right? Let me know where you're watching from tonight, right? I am in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And it's funny because I rushed home and I was going to do my full hair and makeup and all that for you guys. And I said, you know what? I'm actually not going to do that tonight because I just got back from the lake, spent a couple of days at the lake. I have not left my house barely for a few things for like 10 weeks. And so we went to, we still social distanced and quarantined, but went to a lake a couple hours away for a couple of days. And so I said, I'm coming back with lake hair, don't care. Because I think all of us right now, any freedom we get, we are thrilled for. Any freedom we get, we are thrilled for. Okay, so we've got Michigan in the house and Louisiana and Georgia and Virginia Beach. So if you are here, say hello, tell me where you're watching from. And in just a minute or so, I'm going to dive deep into how you can be making more money right now, how you can grow your business right now, how you can get more clients, how you can get more gigs, how you can be surviving, right? Yes, surviving is level one, but I'm talking about thriving through even the most difficult times. So hello, Chicago. Hello, Fort Lauderdale. Hello, Alabama. Hello. So happy and so glad to have you guys here. So here's what we're going to go through tonight and go over tonight. We're going to walk through innovative, creative ideas for how you can, yes, even in the industry you're in, even in the times that we're in, how you can increase your client base, how you can increase your profits, how you can make more money right now. So I coach in my high-level private coaching programs, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself here in just a minute, but I coach about 6 or 7 event planners. Some of them are having the biggest months they've ever had. And it's all coming from innovation. It's all coming from creativity during challenging times. So if you're just joining us, I'm Suzanne Evans, and I'm here in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and I am the founder of Driven Inc. And Driven Inc. is a business coaching and marketing consulting business for small business owners under 10 employees. Exactly your type of industry. People who, many of them are solopreneurs, or they just have 1 or 2 employees, or they do it all themselves, they have no employees. And my story and my background is, I was a secretary working in the Broadway theater industry, and I got an itch. You know, I was putting Reba McEntire into Annie Get Your Gun and Usher into Chicago and Christina Applegate into Sweet Charity. I opened 5 Broadway shows, and I did all of the party planning for many of those Broadway shows. So that's a part of my event planning experience and kind of the first start of my event planning experience. If you know anything about theater, theater is just event decorating and event planning over and over and over again. But that's the role I was in. It was fun, it was interesting, and I wanted more. And I'm sure that many of you have started an event planning and event decorating business for yourself because You wanted more. You wanted to be your own boss. You wanted more freedom. You wanted more opportunity. You wanted more fun. You wanted more creativity. And that's exactly what I did as well. So when I founded Driven Inc., I was a secretary making $45,000 a year. And I started this business as a side hustle. I started this business as a side hustle while I was working a 60-hour-a-week day job. And here I am 10 years later with a $6 million business, a New York Times best-selling author. I hit number 5 on the New York Times bestseller list. And I've been on the Inc. 500, 5,000 for 5 straight years for fastest growing companies in America. And I, every single day, get to dive in and jump in and talk to people about how they can make more money, how they can get more clients, how they can stand out in a really busy marketplace. And I had the honor and the pleasure and the privilege of coaching Lorna. So Lorna came to me a month or so ago and was in one of my coaching programs, and that's how we connected. And she invited me here to speak to all of you and give you some coaching and give you some support. And that's exactly what we are going to do tonight. So my company does, well, it actually used to, I have a 3.5-year-old now. So any of you that have a toddler, you get this. But we used to do almost 75 events a year within my company. 75 events a year from the size of 12 people to the size of 1,000 people. Now we do about 30-ish events a year, and that's everything from massive parties and experiences in the Bahamas for our clients, to small intimate business gatherings, to 500-person events where we're putting on opening acts that we fly in from all over the world. So I know a lot about events. I've done a lot of events, and I get the event world, and I coach a lot of event planners. So we're going to dive deep tonight, and we are going, and I like interactive. So a lot of times I'm going to ask you, you pick your poison, whichever you want, but I'm going to say, do you get that? And I want you to give me either a hell yeah or an amen. So I don't care if it's a hell yeah or an amen, but can we practice right now on the feed? Can I get a hell yeah or an amen? So I'm going to ask you a couple of times tonight. I'm going to say, are you getting this? Does this make sense? Can you do this? Right? And I'm going to ask for either a hell yeah or an amen. So let's just see the feed flooded with hell yes and amens, whichever resonates with you, whichever you connect to. There we go. Kimberly's a hell yeah. I love it. And Lisa's an amen. See, I love that. I love it. I always ever give people a choice. And Tawanda's an amen. I love seeing you guys here. Hello, hello, hello. Hell yes and amens. So after, I'm talking so much and I'm shouting and it's disappointing. Well, I'm a loud talker. And if you don't like my shouting, you probably don't want to watch this, because I am going to get bigger and louder and more aggressive, and I'm going to teach you more, and I'm going to get in your face, and I'm going to arouse you up, and I'm going to lift you up, and I'm going to trigger you, and I'm going to change you, because I want everybody to leave this Facebook Live richer than they came. Richer than they came. That's what I'm aiming for. And I bet all of you want to leave this live stream and this Facebook Live richer than you came. And that's what we're going to be working on. So the first thing I'm going to ask you, thanks for all the amens and the hell yes, is what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now? In your business, whether you are just starting out and you are just getting going, or you've been doing this a while, what is the biggest challenge that you are facing right now? I've got tons I'm going to walk you through and talk you through tonight, but I love just hearing where you personally are at this evening. And we know, probably I would ask you this question 2 months ago and it would have been a different answer than me asking you this question tonight. So we know every state is going through something different. Kelly, I see you getting clients. Kimberly, getting paying clients. I see you. Yep. And so it's changing every week. I mean, everything is changing so rapidly. Opening second venue in March, closed a week later due to COVID. I see you, Al. Sylvia, getting clients. Okay. Yep. So obviously we're seeing a big theme. It doesn't surprise me that you're saying getting clients or getting more clients, getting clients, marketing. Okay. So let's dive into that from the get-go. Let's dive in first. So one of the things you've got to recognize is the industry that you are in, obviously, was just squeezed out overnight, right? It was squeezed out overnight. But the thing is that it didn't close overnight. It changed overnight. First thing I want you to do is write that down. My industry is not closed, it is changed. And that really matters, because when you think about, oh, my industry is shut down and we're hit so hard, you start marketing and you start sales. And I saw Lorna do a mindset thing the other night, and you start thinking in a way that is not productive, it's not good marketing, and it's not good sales. So I want you to start thinking about, and I want you to take the note, we did not close, we were not stopped, we were changed. So let me give you a few examples. I know that so much of the world is virtual, right? So much of the world is virtual right now. And a lot of your clients won't understand the power of virtual unless you educate them on the power of virtual. Unless you dig in and say, you're missing an opportunity by not throwing a party. You're missing an opportunity by not decorating your virtual space. You're missing an opportunity by not going virtual. So what I've been telling a lot of my people is, when all of this shifted in the very beginning, a lot of people went virtual and they just grabbed their laptop and they got on Zoom and they were like, okay, let's hold some meetings. Let's do some things. Those days are aging out. Virtual is not aging out. We're going to be in this space for another year at least, guys. Not exactly what it looks like right now, but a version of this. Less travel, conflicted people coming to events, some people wanting to hold events, some people not. The people who do want to hold events, or they choose to hold events, looking at their budgets because of the economic situation. So we've got to ride this for a year. Hello, Louisa. We have to ride this for a year, and you have to get innovative for the year. So the first thing I want you to write down, and I'd love for some of you to put this in the feed, because I have a belief that if you connect to it and you write it and you start to experience it and you start to feel it and you start to live it, right, a lot of things change for you. You must have a strategy for right now, right after, and forever. Write those three things down. Right now, right after, and forever. And you have to be building everything, planning everything, doing everything from those three phases. My business sales is up 28% right now. Not because I'm special, not because I have a magic wand, but because everything I'm doing is the right now, the right after, and the forever. And your business strategy has to be planned that way. So the right now is an education on missed opportunities if they are not decorating, creating an experience for the virtual space. I'm getting ready to do a virtual event. So my event budgets over the years have ranged for our events that are like 400 people to 1,000 people, have ranged from about 175,000 per event up to 750,000. So let's just say a couple of 100,000 on average, right? Because the 750,000 was when I was choosing to do 1,000 person event. Now it's more of about a 400 person event. So let's say our budget is 200,000. We're doing a virtual version of our event in June. I'll tell you about that in a moment as well, a little bit later. But we're doing a virtual event in June, and our budget is going to be about 60% of our budget. A lot of people are like, oh, now you can go virtual and it's free. No, we're still set decorating. We're building out 3 event sets with full event decoration. We're still having some live entertainment. We are still creating an experience in a space. We're mailing huge boxes to people's homes that are all decorated and branded and full of what we call box of business loot, right? Now, I'm educated in this space because I spent 10 years in the Broadway theater industry, and I know what it takes to get somebody's attention. Can I get a hell yeah and an amen that when an event is produced and it is planned and it is decorated and it is created and it is experienced for people, they get more out of it? That's an amen or a hell yeah, everybody. I know you guys know that and get it because this is what you do. But I get that, but most people don't. So a big part, thank you, Kimberly, a big part of what you need to do right now is educating people on the loss of experience, or if you're working with a business, the loss of money or the loss of a moment. You know, you don't get anniversaries back, right? You don't get birthdays back. You don't get graduations back. They don't come back, right? So how can we create a virtual experience that blows everybody's mind? Let me just take this in for a second. I know you guys are the creative brains. You have so many great creative ideas. I'm talking about from the space of educating your clientele, right? I'm talking about coming from a place educating your clientele on why it is key and why it is important, okay? So a couple of things. So the first thing is the first thing I want you to write down is when you're educating your folks is that you cannot get moments back, right? You can postpone moments, right? I mean, you can. You could postpone a wedding. That could be postponed. Sorry, and I'm just getting set up here, guys, because I'm on my camera because we have a little bit of a quicker feed when I come from my phone. So you can postpone a wedding, but you can't postpone a birthday, and you can't postpone an anniversary. And you can't postpone, a graduation or an experience or a retirement or a ceremony. So if you're in the private sector, you want to be educating people on what if we blew people's mind with a virtual experience right now, right? One of the things that I just had one of my clients do recently was everybody was celebrating something together. It was like 12 family members and friends, and they were all doing this virtual. And of course, they could do the normal things. They all had cocktails, and the person's house it was at, they had decorated a little bit. But then there was this moment when they told everybody, they said, go to your front door. Everybody went to their front door, and there was a huge bouquet of balloons on everybody's front door. And they had been delivered in the first half hour of the experience from different people in different places. You can't get that live, that moment, that excitement. That's only something you can get virtual. So how are you educating in the private sector from a standpoint of like, this is actually a moment. This is actually an opportunity for you to do something so creative that you can't back it up. So for instance, for my event, for 10 years, I've been holding these events. And these events have had lunch and learns at them. So if you're a VIP, if you choose to up-level to VIP, they are lunch and learns. Now, I'm telling y'all something that the public does not know because you guys are the event space, and I want you to get ideas and see how you could be making more money and getting clients right now. But don't be sharing this with anybody because it's a surprise to all the 600 people that are getting this, right? You're the only ones that are going to know. So at my event, we've always done lunch and learns. You come and you hear this great speaker on some kind of marketing or business idea, but it's a lunch. We have a beautiful salad. We have a beautiful plated lunch. Well, we're doing it virtual this year. So in the box that everybody's getting in the box, and there's some cool business loot in it and all kinds of stuff. And I'll walk you through some ideas around that as well, because you guys could be making money off of decorating virtual boxes that are going out for business meetings, that are going out for birthdays, that are going out for all kinds of things. Like, this is just one way you could be making money. So I'm sending out this box and everybody's getting some stuff, the general admission, but VIPs come to these lunch and learns. Well, it's always been a lunch. Well, I have branded a lunch box with my brand and co-branded it with someone else. And inside of it is 2 lunches. One is little peanut butter packets and these gourmet crackers, and I think it's a little box of raisins and a dark chocolate. And the other one is like a little tuna kit with crackers and tuna fish. Listen, it is not an elegant salad. You can't send an elegant salad in the mail, but now they actually get to have a lunch and everybody gets to be having the same thing. And we're putting this gorgeous recipe card in there that says, just add fresh cut fruits and vegetables, to enhance the meal. And that was a branded opportunity that I sold for a sponsorship for $5,000. Take that in, guys. Think about the ways that we can be making money right now that we couldn't make money 10 weeks ago. The innovative brain works that way, right? I love that you love it, Lisa. Steal it, right? That's why I'm telling you all this. So businesses never run out of money. They run out of ideas. Businesses never run out of money. They run out of ideas. Night 1 of my event, and I'm telling you all these ideas because I want you to understand that yes, you may not be going to somebody's house and you may not be decorating or planning the traditional engagement party, or you may not be planning and decorating, right, the traditional, the traditional birthday party. It's going to be different right now, but it's your job to teach people that different can be better. Different can make make them stand out. Different can be a way that they're like, I have never experienced anything like that. They blew my mind. I used to live in New York City for 15 years, and there's an amazing cheese shop in New York City called Murray's Cheese. And they are doing personalized cheese boxes to send out right now. Something I'm going to be doing for one of our events in about 2 or 3 months is sending out personalized boxes of cheese to all of our clients that are in a certain program. And then an educator from Murray's Cheese Shop is going to tell people what wines to get to pair with these cheeses, and they're going to do an hour-long cheese tasting course where you've been sent all the same cheeses that's mixed with cornichons and the cherries that go with it, and you plate it, and everybody takes pictures of how they plated theirs, and they share it in the group. Guys, the opportunities are endless right now. You could be making more money than you were making before. Why? Because people aren't as creative as you. People aren't as innovative as you. People aren't as in touch, and they don't have the artistry that you have. So when you go and you speak to someone who's all bummed out about, oh, I wanted to have this birthday, or I wanted to do this, you can educate them on creating this experience that is unprecedented. You can talk to businesses, you can talk to corporations and say, if you're just holding your events, or you're holding your board meetings, or you're holding your meetings just like you did and saying, everybody get on Zoom, then you're missing an opportunity to get people excited. You're missing an opportunity to jazz this up. I can decorate boxes for you. I can come to your space when you're not in it and decorate your entire space for it to feel like this experience, and you're going to look better than your competition. You're going to excite people more than your competition. You're going to be more engaging and more innovative and more forward thinking than your competition. We also know that a lot of businesses right now have said that their teams are not going to go back into the workplace for a year or so. So they've got to hold meetings. They've got to hold quarterly retreats. They've got to do the things that they were doing before, but they have to find an innovative, creative way to do it. Get them to pay you to do it, right? Get them to pay you to do it. So the opportunity for you to take all of this on, the opportunity for you to think outside the box, the opportunity for you to partner with AV companies and tech companies and live stream companies to say, listen, it's just me and you and a couple of tech guys in a studio. I can bring you to a studio. We can decorate the studio, and we can create the studio to look like a party, right? We can have everything that we would have had. And that's going to be so much better than you showing up on a Zoom, right, in your house with a light switch in the background, right? I'm in my dog room right now. I have an office with 18 full-time employees in it, but here I am because this is the world and the situation we're in. But for my big event, I'm not going to come live from this room, right? I'm building out set pieces, and I'm building out infrastructure, and I'm building out a look and a feel. So who do you have right now in your client base, or who do you want to attract in your client base? Where can you be doing Facebook Lives? Where can you be educating the public on there's never been a better time to throw a party? There's never been a better time to throw a party. People don't have to they don't have to put high heels on. They don't have to overthink it. They don't have to be embarrassed about showing up. Some stats that I hope you guys know some of these. They're saying in the event, the virtual event space and in the virtual party space, 2 really interesting stats are coming forward. One is that people are engaging 30% more than they did in person. People are engaging 30% more than they did in person because there are people who are awkward and shy, and parties are hard or events are hard. But virtually, they have this safety net to connect. They're also finding that sponsors, which I sell a lot of sponsorships for my events, this particular event that we're doing in June. And again, you guys are going to get a special opportunity to join us for that. I'll tell you about that in a little bit at a special rate. If you're wanting to grow your business to 6 or 7 figures, this is a blueprint to do this for 3 days. It's a business building event. But that event, I've sold about $145,000 worth of sponsorship for. So this box of business loot that I'm talking about that I've sent out, some of those are things that we've done and we've created and we've put in there. Excuse me. And some of them are things that are sponsored items. So you get all of this amazing bulk. Are you going to companies and organizations and saying, hey, right? Like, have you thought about people sponsoring your retreat? Have you thought about us creating this event experience and this event design experience that could actually make you money and could also cover my expenses? I know this may sound crazy, but you can even do this for private events. If somebody has a big enough reach and it's their 50th birthday and they were going to invite 300 people, you will be surprised. Yes, Shronda, if you're not understanding what that means, I can explain it in just a second. You'd be surprised that you can actually get local companies to sponsor things for a party of 300 people if it's their ideal clients. A sponsorship is where, Shronda, and I hope I'm saying your name right, is where a company pays me to put something in the box that they send out, or they pay me to co-brand the box with me. So it's opportunity and it's exposure for them. So are you thinking about, in your event planning and design business, the idea of sponsorship? Are you thinking about being an educator to people that's saying there's never been a better time to throw a party? And if you do, there's also something else. Write this down. Let me see you flood the feed with this because it's just fun. Zoom Doom. Let me see you write that in the feed. Zoom Doom. Zoom. Doom. People are getting sick of getting on the same old Zoom call, doing the same old thing, with the same old backdrops and the same old people talking about the same old stuff, looking in the same old way. So Zoom Doom is a real thing. And guys, it is catching on, and you guys are experiencing it. Sometimes you're like, oh, another Zoom. Oh, another Zoom cocktails with the cousins. And we're all doing it because we want to connect and we want to be together and we want to have celebrations and experiences. But how can you be an educator to turn Zoom Doom into Zoom Zoom, right? How can you be an educator to show people that whether you're a company or you're a business or you're in the private sector or you're trying to celebrate your mom or you're trying to, get your board members together or you're trying to reward your team or keep your team motivated, that we can turn Zoom Doom into Zoom Zoom, right? Which is this amazing experience. Things appear on your doorstep. You get phone calls that are a surprise in the middle of the party, right? You get things mailed to you in advance. You get a gift card shot through email. All of this can be a mind-blowing experience if you are thinking outside the box and you are not thinking that this is the end and our industry has been shut down. Your industry has not been shut down. Your industry has been lit. Let me see you say that. Your industry has been lit. It's been lit for you to get out of the same old, same old. It's been lit for you to come up with new ideas. It's been lit for all of you to be smarter than all the other event competition out there who's just folding their hands and waiting for something to change. It's been lit because while we are home, being home and forced to be home creates an opportunity for people to pay attention, for people to be bored and they want to be entertained, for people to feel stagnant, so they want to have a different and new experience. The way that you are going to get clients and customers, and the way you're going to grow your business, and the way that you are going to not just survive, but thrive through this, is that you are going to educate people. You are going to be innovative. You are going to have so many ideas that people have to say yes to you. So I want you to start to shift your mindset from event professional to event educator. Does that make sense, everybody? To move your mindset from event planner or event designer to event educator. You want to save people money. You want to help people make money. You want to help people feel something. You want to help people not miss a moment or miss an opportunity. And the only way they can do that right now is through feelings. And event planners and event designers are the masters. You are the architects of feelings. And all we want to do right now is feel something. We want to feel happy. We want to feel hope. We want to feel excited. We want to feel celebrated. We want to feel like we are a part of something. We want to feel like we're a part of a community. So when you become an event educator and you are showing people that there is a better way, you are showing people, get out of your damn library with the bookshelves behind you and let's decorate something. Let's create an experience. Let's mail out boxes. Let's make surprise phone calls. Let's deliver flowers to people's door in the middle of a meeting. When you become an event educator, people see you as certain. People see you as experts, and they see you as all of that. And that's when they go, I have to spend with them. I have to buy from them. I have to say yes to them, right? So now, There's three types of clients. This is when you really want to get a pen and paper right now. You keep hearing about, there's a few points I want to make here. And then in a few moments, I'm going to share a resource with you that you can join me for 3 days at my event virtually. And not only see sorry, I lost my shoe. How can you lose your shoe virtually, right? It's kicked it off under my desk. How you can experience 3 days with me at a virtual event with a pretty big budget and all of the small nuances of the things we're doing. And also, how do you get clients and how do you market online and how do you market offline? At our event, we teach you all of that. We have taken many event planners from 0 to 6 and 7 figure businesses in just a few years. It's one of our specialties. And I'm going to invite you with special pricing to that in just a few minutes. But I want to make a few points. I'll then share with you how you can join us for that. And then I want to take some Q&A as well. I want you guys to put some questions in that I can answer and help you with. So we keep hearing about there being a new normal. So let me talk about that. There's not a new normal, there's a new now. So especially in the hospitality space, in the event space, you're gonna see that things are changing on a weekly basis. And when they're changing on a weekly basis, you have to be facile. You have to be able to change on a weekly basis. So I'm literally making decisions about my events, and I am making decisions about everything that I am doing on a weekly basis. What we're experiencing now, we were not experiencing 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago, people were literally trapped. They were not leaving their homes. They were afraid to go to the grocery store. That's not the situation we're in. We saw this weekend and a holiday weekend that people started to venture out. People started to go places. Now, we are still going to have stipulations and regulations that are not going to allow us for large events. And a lot of people aren't just going to want to do it. People are not going to want to get on planes. Some people are going to afraid to get in crowds. So you have to start mixing that up and you have to stop going, I'm waiting for this new normal. And you have to start, Athena's saying, call it a new era. Yeah, it's a new now, because what is now will not be maybe next week. And then the week after that, it will change. So just start getting into this flexible place, right? Now, I want you to know that you have one of the most important roles on the planet. You have one of the most important industries on the planet. You have one of the most important give backs on the planet. And why is that? It's because you make people feel things. And I touched on this just a little while ago, but you make people feel things. You make people feel hope. You make people feel celebratory. You make people remember. People will not remember if they are taught. Ready for this? Nobody wants to learn anything. Nobody wants to learn anything, especially in business. If we're talking about those of you that might work with business clients, nobody wants to learn anything. Stephen King wrote a book called On Writing, and he said, nobody wants to learn anything, and I can prove it, because if they did, textbooks would be bestsellers. People want to feel something, and you make people feel something. You create events and experiences and moments and environments that make people feel something. So you need to go to the CEO. You need to go to the pastor. You need to go to your friend. You need to go to the head of the department. You need to go to the business owner. You need to go to the manager. You need to go to the man. You need to go to that woman and say, do you want your people to feel something right now? Do you want your family to feel something? Do you want your employees to feel something? Do you want your board members to feel something? Do you want your investors to feel something? Do you want your congregation to feel something right now? Because I'm in the feeling business, and people aren't feeling right now. They're feeling fatigued. They're feeling overwhelmed. They're feeling tired. They're feeling frustrated. They're feeling hopeless. Let's turn that around, and I will show you how. Does that make a difference, everybody? Can I get a hell yeah or an amen? Does that make sense? Can you see how you can be that educator? Do you see? Yes, to the school board, Tawanda, absolutely. Do you see how when you bring that to them and you don't wait for somebody to come to you to throw a party, that you become something totally different? You become more expensive too. Right now, if you're charging $5,000 for a party, you come with that mindset. You come with that certainty. You come with that education, and that's a $10,000 party, right? That's how you make a difference with that. And I want to ask you this. Here's the next point here. Do you feel invisible right now? Is your business invisible right now? Are you really good at what you do? Guys, I have seen the posts you do in this forum, the things you create, the arrangements you make, the environments that you just put together, right? I see all of that. And it's beautiful and it's thoughtful and it's innovative and it's creative. But are you feeling invisible? Because you might be amazing at what you do, but if people don't know about you, it's just a gorgeous table set that no one sees. It's just a talent that no one really sees, right? You cannot be a success and be a secret. You cannot be a success and be a secret. So you have to get out there, and you have to get out there every single day. And every single day you have to be on Facebook Lives. And every single day you need to be sending out pictures to your friends. And you need to be on Instagram. And you need to be like a fly everywhere, on at the tip of everybody's nose. And you need to be in education mode, right? And Kimberly, when you say, I'm so ready to get back to decorating events, why aren't you decorating them now? Why aren't you constantly having events that you're putting on Facebook Live, that you're videoing and that you're using? Why aren't you going to people and calling them up and saying, listen, here's the deal. You are doing everything blah. You're doing everything vanilla. You're doing everything like everybody else. Let me step in and have you turn this on. Let me step in and have you turn this up. You can do all of that from a virtual space. I've got event planners that are putting everything in a box for people and shipping it to them for them to decorate their backgrounds. Yes, Kimberly, I love it. You're turning it around. Now I will, right? So that is one of the really key areas. Now, a couple of other things. I also want you to think about your sales. You got to be doubling down right now. You got to be working harder than you have ever worked before, and you cannot sit around and wait for a gig or wait for a client. Right now, 7.5 million businesses will close because of this. We all have heard that the average business only had about 27 days of cash flow to survive all of this. And here's why. If we had sold enough to save enough to serve enough, nobody would be in any trouble. If we had sold enough to save enough to serve enough. Most of you, if you're in trouble right now, you were in trouble before. Coronavirus has simply been a magnifying glass to your lack of marketing, to your lack of reach outs, to your lack of picking up the phone, to your lack of telling your cousin about your new business, to your lack of going up and shaking hands and talking to people about what you do. If you're in trouble now, you were in trouble before. Welcome to a magnifying glass. All COVID has done is magnified what you didn't do to get what you wanted to have. And let me tell you why a lot of you weren't doing what you should have done to get what you wanted to have. Because it's hard. It looks messy. It's not graceful. It's scary, right? You got to roll up your sleeves and you got to get to work. We all pray for God to move a mountain for us. We say, God, please, this is what I want to do. This is my path. This is what I long for. If you will move the obstacle in front of me, if you will move the mountains, I promise you I will serve you. I will do whatever you ask of me if you will just help me move these mountains. And you go to bed and you wake up and there's a shovel beside you and you're confused. You got to move your own mountains and God provides the shovel. I want you guys to start digging. I want you guys to start moving the mountains in front of you. I want you to call 12 people tomorrow that you've never told before what you do and how you can help them and what you could do virtually, what you could do right now, what you could do right after, and what you could do forever, right? You have to move your own mountains. And if you're not willing to tell everybody about what you do and be a nuisance, right? You cannot be a success and be a secret. You cannot be a success and be a secret. Yes, Rochelle, you gotta dig, right? You gotta dig. And I want you to recognize the fact that it is paramount right now. It is paramount right now that you are doing more and calling more and making more and doubling down and sacrificing. Let me talk to you about what sacrifice is. Let me talk to you about what sacrifice is. Nobody wants to sacrifice. You go, well, I started my own business because I wanted to stop sacrificing my time to my boss. Or I wanted to stop sacrificing not having enough by not making my own money, right? Sacrifice, the definition of sacrifice is to do something you have never done so you can get something you have never had. Do something you've never done so you can get something like you've never had. Listen, I worked a 60-hour-a-week day job for 2 years while I built my business. I worked 60 hours a week in a day job, and I came home and I worked 30 or 40 hours a week on my business. And I lived a few years of my life like most people wouldn't, so I could live the rest of my life like most people couldn't. Let me say it again. I lived a few years of my life like most people couldn't. I lived a few years of my life like most people wouldn't, so I could live the rest of my life like most people couldn't. And I know that this is difficult times, and I know that we are scared, and I know that things feel uncertain, and I know that you go, why now, right in the middle of when I'm trying to do all this and start all of this? It is not why now, it is right now. It is not why now, it is right now. And you have the right now, and you have the talent, and you have the skill set, and you have the reach, and now you have the angle to take around being an educator of this. So the right now is what's going to get you to the forever. And you've got to start putting both feet planted firmly in the sand. You're hearing a lot of people talk about pivot, 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 pivot. I say plant your feet and say, I will not be moved. I'm going to make the calls. I'm going to tell the people. I'm going to educate. I'm going to make it different. I'm not going to run out of ideas. I'm not going to run out of money. I am going to keep doing this. Right? That's what you have to do. And here is the truth, guys. Here's the truth. Most of you, all of you are talented. I have seen what you've posted. I have seen what you've put up. I've seen the ideas you have. You are so talented. And one of my favorite mentors in the world, Reverend T.D. Jakes, says, most people are resting on their talent. Most people are resting on their talent. The best singers are never in the choir because they're waiting for somebody to come to them and ask them to sing. Most of you are having a client problem because you're waiting for clients to come. Clients will never come to you. You go get them. You go find them. You go talk to them. Don't rest on your talent. Don't rest on your talent. Your talent is profound. It is prolific. I have seen it, right? I have seen it. But you are resting on it if you think somebody's going to walk up to your front porch and knock on your door. You've got to leave your front porch and wave your talent flag and say, I can change your event. I can change your company. I can change your experience. I can change your family right now. I can change your team. I can change your employees. I can change the feelings and the emotions and the lack of excitement that's going on right now because I am a hope dealer. I am a hope dealer. And when we create environments and moments and expressions of love and creativity, that's what wakes people up. That's what jazzes people up. And that is the business I am in. So let me do it for you. Let me show you how, and let me show you that you can get an amazing result, or you can make more money, or you can have the time of your life, or you can wow your friends, or you can wow your family, and you don't have to wait until this is over. You can do it now. So I want you guys not to sit and waste this opportunity, and I don't want you to sit on your talent. So I want to give you an invitation. I want to invite you to join me for my event, and then I'm going to take some Q&A. And Lorna, I worked this out with Lorna where I am giving you guys a special rate that we are only giving to clients, but I'm doing this because Lorna is amazing. And I want to share with you guys, if you've gotten even one nugget tonight, what if you spent 3 days with me, June 17th, 18th, and 19th? 3 full days of virtual experience. You don't have to leave your home. You're going to get that big box of business loot mailed to your doorstep, which is a $500 value of all these business goodies and swag items. You're going to get a binder that's this thick, step by step, how to build a 6 or 7 figure business. You're going to get me for 3 days along with my whole team, teaching you exactly how to market, how to sell, how to close deals, who's your avatar, how do you talk about what you do, everything you need to build a 6 and 7 figure business. So, but you do have to step up and you have to say yes to join us. So we're going to put the link here. Allie from my team is here and she's going to put it in. It's drivenwithlorna.com. drivenwithlorna.com. And I only have this deal for the first 9 of you. So there's about 60 of you watching on and off, and only first 9 can I do this deal for. If you don't take this, you have to pay full price. And so it's $97 general admission for all 3 days with me, just 97 bucks. Or $147 if you want to do VIP. And you can do VIP now, or if we have some left, you could do it later in the week. $97 or $147, and it's drivenwithlorna.com. So DRIVEN with WITHLORNA.com, drivenwithlorna.com. If you go to the website for this event, and please don't, because you'll pay $147 general admission or you'll pay $197 VIP. So if you go to the main website, you're going to see different pricing. I'm giving the first 9 of you special pricing here tonight at drivenwithlorna.com. Allie has put it there, and let me just make sure it's popping up here. And so just to give you a little bit more on the event, and please think of an eye mask to everyone who's VIP. So do you see how you can wow and you can put those little touches in so everybody's going to make their hot cocoa together? Right? Everybody's going to make their hot cocoa together and everybody's going to be there as a team. I know, I just saw that we got a little interrupted. I think the Facebook Live had a little blip, so I'll let you guys find me and dig in again. I'll just repeat what I was going to say. So just another great event idea to make people have experiences. Like night 1, if you're VIP, is a pajama party. So we're putting eye masks in and we're putting hot chocolate and a truffle in there. So creating experiences that really get people to be wowed and understand that this is not just a Zoom, or this is not just another virtual thing we have to do because we can't get together. It's a wow factor. It's an experience. It's an event, right? It's decorated. There's touches and moments and magic and surprises created. And that's what you guys can be doing listen, nobody has stopped having meetings and nobody has stopped celebrating. They've just stopped using you because there hasn't been a connection. And that's what we want to change here. Yay, Starkeisha, I'm so excited that you're joining us. And I'm looking here and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we have 4 of those special pricing left. I'm also going to give you the 800 number. Allie, let's put that in. If you don't get someone immediately, leave a message and we'll call you back within the next 20 minutes. It's 866-670-4525. And Allie will put that in the feed here. 866-670-4525. 866-670-4525. So if any reason you have a tech issue registering, or you have a question, one of my coaches mans that line, and if they're not on it right this moment, they'll call you in the next 15 or 20 minutes. Yay! Is it Queena? I hope I'm saying that right. Victoria, you're saying you're interested. I would call the 800 number then. 866-670-4525. And I'll write that here for you because sometimes this is easier just to call. They can register you online. If you need to use PayPal or you have a question or anything, here is the number, 866-670-4525. And Allie's got it in there in the feed as well. 866-670-4525. And I'm seeing a few of that pricing left. $97 general admission, $147 VIP, June 17th, 18th, and 19th. If you're VIP, there's actually a pre-conference the night of the 16th. And it's giving you a problem, Rochelle. Allie, will you make sure you direct message her or give her the phone number? Rochelle, just call the phone number right above, excuse me, 866-670-4525, and we can do it on the phone for you, no problem. We'll also give you our email, help, H-E-L-P, help at Driven Inc., DRIVENINC.com. Allie, pop that in as well. If you need to send an email and say you're having trouble, we'll make sure you get the pricing of the 97 and the 147. June 17th, 18th, and 19th, 3 straight days of business building, right? We are going to show you how to build a 6 or 7 figure business. We're going to show you what marketing works right now. We're going to show you how to have client conversations. We're going to have live demos of how to have sales conversations that don't feel icky, but convert all the time. We're going to show you who your avatar is. What is your messaging? What is your target market? What are online strategies? What are offline strategies? What are social media strategies? We're going to walk you through all of it. So I think I'm seeing 3 of those bonus pricings left. So 3 ways to reach us, and then I want to take some questions. Yay, Kimberly! You've been so active on this feed. I was hoping you'd join us. Yay, Kimberly. 3 ways to join us tonight. Ms., I see you're interested as well. Allie, if you'll call the 800 number, Ms., that's the best way for you to get questions answered. Victoria, we're going to go from about 10 in the morning till, if you're not VIP, we'll end about 5:30 in the afternoon. If you're VIP, there'll be an evening session as well. We also have some bonus breakfast sessions also. So it's a full day. And you're also going to get the big box of business loot on your doorstep. And you're going to get 2 bonuses. I didn't even tell you about the bonuses. If you already signed up, you're going to get them. If you're waiting to sign up, you're going to get them if you're one of the next 3. You're going to get a pre-event mastermind, a small group mastermind with one of my coaches to start laying out your business blueprint before the event ever starts. So that's number 1. And number 2 is you're going to get a program called the 21-Day Quick Cash Challenge. How do you infuse cash into your business right now before the event ever starts? That program is completely free. It's a bonus that I'm giving Lorna's tribe, as well as that pre-event mastermind. You're going to get that as well. So lots of bonuses and lots of extra goodies, and the special pricing of $97. If you live in Toronto, you can sign up, Benita. We have people from all over the world signing up, from Australia and the UK, and we have tons of Canadians. So if you need to call us, 866-670-4525. So 3 ways to do it. The link that Allie has posted there, or calling the 800 number, 866-670-4525, or send us an email if you're having any challenges. Help, H-E-L-P, at driveninc.com. Allie, you'll keep putting it up as I do this. Questions. I'd love to answer what business questions you have right now, or thoughts, or I take complaints. As you can see, I'm a big personality. I can take it all. I can take ideas, complaints, questions. How can I help you in the time we have left here tonight? How can I help you with your business? And yeah, Benita, please just email and we'll happily help you. Kimberly, I'm so excited. We are going to throw it down for 3 days. If you just see what I do in 45 minutes, imagine what we're going to do for 3 days. Your business is never going to be the same. It's not going to look the same. It's not going to feel the same. And your bank account is definitely not going to be the same. Tawanda, I hope you're joining us. I hope you signed up. It's hard for me to always see the names here. The team is just kind of letting me know what's coming in numbers wise, but I don't get to see the names. But yes, it's going to be a great event. But I'm here now with you. What do you have a specific challenge? Do you have a specific question that I can answer? I'll certainly answer any questions you have about the event as well. But if you have a question about your business, or something that I said tonight that might make you think like, oh, what did she mean by that? Or how can I apply that to my business? I would love to answer any questions you have. And I'm so excited. Yay! I'm so excited, Lorna. First of all, Lorna, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much. What a great group you have. I told you, it's been my rabbit hole lately, watching all the beautiful designs and what people post and the ideas they have, because, I love creativity, and it's just the epitome of creativity. So thank you, Lorna, for having me and for letting me talk and share with this group. And great, I see, Linda, do you think that you will have this offer again in the future? Linda, let me make a suggestion to you. I do this event every year, but you'll get on a plane next year. In 10 years, I've never done it virtually. So it's usually a more expensive event. And so at this rate, I don't know that I will do it again, but Linda, I would call the 800 number. Like if you are like, What do I do? If you've got some kind of obstacle, whether it's a financial obstacle, guys, I don't want you not to get there because of a financial obstacle. My team could split it up into a 2-pay for you, whatever it takes to get you there, to get the information you need to make money. That's what I want. So if you have any conflict or question, call 866-670-4525. Rochelle, yeah, so social media marketing. I'll tell you the little secret right now. Of course, that could be a 3-day event on its own, right? But I would say right now, be everywhere and don't care. Write that down and make a t-shirt and get a tattoo. Be everywhere and don't care. And what I mean by that is exposure. Don't worry about getting social media right. Just worry about, am I going live once a day? Am I posting? Do I have great images on, Instagram? Am I showing examples of my work? Which leads into Star Keisha's question. Hold on, it's popping. Hold on. Do you think it's a good idea to set up mock events to showcase delivering event box? Yes, I do. I'm telling people, you've got to show people that you're different. And when you set up mock events, you want to talk about the fact, you want to say, guys, you're missing the boat. You're missing an opportunity. You're missing money. You're missing experience. You're missing a wow factor if you aren't jumping on the virtual bandwagon. It's not going away next week. It's not going away next month. We're going to be doing this for a year to 2 years on some scale. And that should not scare you. It should motivate you. It shouldn't scare you. It should motivate you. Yay, Sylvia. I can't wait to have you at the event. Tawanda, do you have any creative ways on how to prepare for contract tracing? I have a few events that I need to prepare for. Now, Tawanda, I'm assuming you're saying if I have events in the future, are you talking about kind of liability and concerns about that? Because I can't speak to this specifically. And you might want to go the National Association of Event Planners, but there's special insurance being released right now for events and COVID. And this is actually one of the reasons people are going to be challenged with doing larger live events, is because the insurance is expensive right now because there's a lot of coverages for that. I think that may have been what you were talking about, Tawanda. And if not, feel free to email my team. I'm happy to answer it if I didn't get your question exactly right. Antonia, just joined but not sure on the topics covered. Do you teach graphic design? We do not teach graphic design. No, we teach brand, we teach messaging, we teach marketing. We can answer any questions you have about graphic design. And I'm not sure if you mean graphic design or if you mean branding, because graphic design isn't in a marketing suite, right? You don't need that for sales or marketing. You would have somebody else do that. Oh, Tawanda, I didn't answer your question. Do you want to ask it in a different way? Just to make sure I understand, because I definitely want to answer your question. I'm sorry, I just don't think where it'll be. Stacy, it's virtual. That's the thing. I've done this event for 10 years, having up to 1,000 people at it. And this is the first time ever. It's driven the event home edition. You can lay off your 3-inch heels. We can wear our slippers. We're doing it from home, Stacy. All right, Twanda, I hope you get your question in there because I want to make sure I answer it. And again, if I don't, I also want to be respectful of everybody's time. I know I'm coming up a couple of minutes before the hour. But Tawanda, I'm happy to answer your question. I have a lot of event knowledge. My whole team has a lot of event knowledge. I may not be able to answer your question exactly, but hopefully I can get close to answering your question. I may be wrong here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I may be wrong here, but I think there's one more spot left for the special pricing just for Lorna. The $97 general admission or the VIP at $147, and I could be wrong. They may be gone and I'll still honor it just because I don't want to say that and not be accurate. So if you had any problem registering, or if you're watching this after the fact, we will certainly honor Lorna's pricing if you're watching this later, because I know Lorna had told me a lot of people watch this later. So just use the links that Allie put in here, drivenwithlorna.com. Allie put the links in here, 866-670-4525. Rochelle, if you are in there, I am sure if you did it, I didn't see anybody's not go through, Rochelle. So you should be good to go. And you should get a receipt saying that you're in there. I'm sorry, it's hard to go through all these, but the team Rochelle, Allie, will you just make a note that just make sure Rochelle's went through in case she didn't get a receipt? Always check your spam for the receipt if this is the first time, obviously, you're purchasing something from me. But yeah, anyway. So wait, I saw a question right before that. Can you explain a little more about branding? Branding is the visual representation and the aesthetic you create that represents your company or your brand. Right? Your company or your brand. Okay, Victoria's saying she's going to try again. I didn't get the receipt, just saying I was registered. Kimberly, you should be good then if you got the receipt. That's kind of what I'm saying, the receipt. Yes, Carla, please go back and watch the conversation. We'd love to have you participate. Antonia, please call the 800 number. We will work with you. We will figure something out. I know that some people are in a situation where money is tight right now. I get it. That's why I did try to put it in at a time and a space and a investment level that everybody could step into. But if you need a little help with that, call the 800 number. My team would be happy to help you. 866-670-4525. 866-670-4525. Allie's put a link here. You can email help@driveninc.com. You can call the 800 number, or you can just use the link. Lorna, I want to be respectful of time. I know we're at 9:01. And Kimberly, yes, you'll get a thank you email and details in your inbox when your purchase goes through. But Kimberly, I'm pretty sure I saw yours, so I think you should be good to go. If you have any questions, any problems, wanting to make sure your order went through, either help@driveninc.com or 866-670-4525, 866-670-4525. And thank you. It was such a joy to be here. It was such an honor. I hope you got inspired. I hope you got some nuggets. I hope you got some ideas of how this is not a difficult time. This is the time, right? And you really, really, really can do this. And what a wonderful leader you have in Lorna, and what a great community she's put together, and what a great opportunity to support each other and to learn from each other. Yeah, and the last question I asked is, can one take the course with no business on the ground? Absolutely, Antonia. We take a lot of businesses from 0 to 6 and 7 figures. They're just getting started. So absolutely, it's for every level. Yes, we will talk about sponsorships at the event, Deborah. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Jacqueline. It was a pleasure to be here. And thank you, Lorna. Truly, you are amazing. What an amazing group you've put together. So you guys have a wonderful Monday evening. Please reach out to the team if you have any questions. The phone number if you need some help registering or have questions, the email link that we've listed. I can't wait to spend 3 days with you at Driven, the event home edition. And thank you for having me. Big hugs and hell yes, everybody. Have a great night. Bye-bye.